Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something big, really high stakes, this very public race among tech giants, especially Meta, to build what they're actually calling superintelligence.
Yeah, so our mission here is to really unpack the sources you've shared with us. We want to sift through the facts, the motivations, the strategic plays behind it all. What does Meta really mean by superintelligence, and why is everyone else rushing? We're sticking purely to the strategic, factual moves and what it means for you as someone watching this unfold. Okay, so let's get into it. Meta's move, it seems like more than just talk. They've actually set up a whole new division, haven't they?
That's right, and what's really striking is how explicit they're being. Late June 2025, they restructure their whole AI setup into this new thing, Meta Superintelligence Labs, or MSL.
MSL, okay.
Yeah, and it's not just a name change. They've pulled together their FIRS research group, the Llama model folks, and a new lab for whatever comes next. It feels like a major strategic turn.
And they're putting serious resources behind it, not just reorganizing desks. Oh, absolutely. Huge resources. The sources show Meta's on a massive hiring spree. They're pulling top AI scientists from places like OpenAI, Google DeepMind.
Really poaching them.
Seems like it. With signing bonuses reportedly, well, up to $100 million in some cases.
Wow. $100 million.
It's serious money. And the leadership picks are interesting, too. Alexandra Wang, formerly CEO of Scale AI. He's now Meta's chief AI officer. And Nat Friedman's overseeing AI products.
And Zuckerberg himself.
He's publicly committed tens of billions to AI. The figures cited are around 65 to 70 billion just for 2025.
65 to 70 billion.
Correct. And that includes a reported $14 billion stake in Scale AI, Wang's old company.
Okay, so huge investment, top talent, new structure. What's the actual vision here? What does superintelligence mean for Meta?
Well, according to an internal memo from Zuckerberg, he apparently said something like, developing superintelligence is coming into sight. I am fully committed to doing what it takes for Meta to lead the way.
Leading the way.
And the vision seems to be providing, quote, personal superintelligence for everyone. So they're positioning themselves for ASI, artificial superintelligence, systems smarter than humans.
Going way beyond current AI then.
Way beyond narrow AI, yes. Their roadmap points to things like the next Llama models 4.1, 4.2 plus autonomous reasoning, AI thinking for itself, long context memory, multimodal understanding.
They're keeping Llama open source through this.
That's a notable point, yes. They seem committed to that, which definitely contrasts with some competitors.
Okay, so that's Meta's big push. But like you said, they're not alone. There's this intense race heating up OpenAI, Google DeepMind, xAI,
Yeah.
all aiming for ASI, even though we don't technically have AGI, artificial general intelligence, yet. Why the big rush towards ASI now?
That's a really critical question. Why jump towards ASI when AGI isn't even solved? The sources point to a few key drivers. First, it's strategic signaling. Yeah, claiming you're building superintelligence. That attracts the very best researchers. It signals boldness to investors, potentially boosts your valuation. Ilya Sutskever, formerly at OpenAI, basically said the first to AGI gets a huge strategic edge.
So part of it is just planting a flag, attracting talent, looking dominant.
That's definitely part of the calculation. But there's also this strong belief, it seems, in acceleration. The progress with models like GPT-4, Gemini 1.5, Claude 3.5, it's been faster than many expected.
Right, things are moving quickly.
Exactly. So companies are thinking we might be on an exponential curve, that maybe AGI, once reached, could very quickly lead to ASI. Nick Bostrom called it the intelligence explosion. They're building the infrastructure now for that possibility.
Betting on a faster timeline than maybe we thought.
Potentially, yes. And third, some see AGI and ASI less as distinct steps and more as a continuum. Once you hit human-level general intelligence, recursive self-improvement could kick in and, well, rapidly push it way beyond human levels.
And the final piece.
Fear. Simple fear of being left behind. If a competitor builds safe, powerful AGI or ASI first, they could dominate. Well, everything. It's that race to the abyss scenario Elon Musk warned about. High-stakes game theory, really.
It definitely sounds like it. But amidst all this racing and ambition, where does safety fit in? Is controlling this power part of the push?
Yes, and this is important. Some of this drive towards ASI is framed explicitly as being about safety.
How does that work? racing towards something potentially dangerous for safety.
Kind of a paradox, right? The argument is they need to build and understand these superintelligent systems now before they fully emerge, precisely so they can control them.
So getting ahead of the problem by accelerating towards it.
Essentially, this involves work on alignment protocols, trying to make sure AI goals match human values, building complex simulations to train moral reasoning, creating constitutional AI frameworks, basically trying to build the guardrails before the superfast train arrives.
So wrapping this up then, Meta's making this huge, very public, very well-funded push for superintelligence. New labs, massive investment, top hires.
Exactly.
And it's happening within this wider, incredibly intense industry race, driven by strategy, by a belief that things are accelerating faster than we thought, and maybe even by the need to figure out safety before it's too late.
Right. What really stands out is just how explicit and large-scale it all is. Naming lab superintelligence, committing those huge sums of money. It's not just research papers anymore. This is a core strategic direction for these tech giants. And it's happening right now. It's shaping the digital tools you interact with daily.
So a final thought for you, our listener, to consider. Given these very concrete strategic moves, these massive financial bets we've just discussed, what assumptions you might have held about how far away superintelligence is or what it might look like might need rethinking now?